Alright, so I want to talk a little bit about zaps and at least what's worked for me to help try to learn it. This only applies to small obstacles about the size of this here to maybe slightly about up to here on me. Anything bigger than that, let's face it, I'm not good enough to have any insights on that. So one of the big things I've seen, at least in my opinion, and I've seen some other guys talk about trying to learn, and when I first started trying to learn, I was trying more on obstacles that were, about this high to, up this high, and I even tried for a while on that log that's, closer to this high. And my thought was it would give a greater face to hit, and, you'd have a slightly larger margin for error on where your front tire would place, and also the way you would impact it. I felt like coming in more like this would cause the suspension to compress more and help you get over it. What I found is that takes a decent amount of commitment to actually compress the suspension into that face and not try to either wheelie up to the top of it or to kind of just go weak on your compression and hop over the obstacle. So I found really something about like this has worked great for me to learn on and has gotten me some pretty good results. You'll notice, from actually where it's at, not much higher than boot high on me. The nice thing about this is it's got a fairly flat face on it. Super flat face I find is kind of hard for me to figure out where I want to place my tire on, and it's a little bit intimidating. But when you get a log that's too round, it's too easy to hit up top and let the front tire just roll over and not actually get your body to compress the suspension so you can get a good lift. So something like this where it's got a little bit of roundness to it, but still a fairly flat face has really helped. I think the hill, there's a slight hill leading up to it, which I don't know if the camera will really pick up, but I think that helps some too, because it forces the bike to slow down a little bit more. And that's one of the other mistakes I've noticed in both myself and some of the other guys that I've seen trying to learn this technique is they come in too fast. And again, when you hit it, one, you don't have enough time to react and hop before the bike's over it, and two, it also helps the bike to roll over it. And that's not what we want. We really want the bike to come in and that front tire to hit here and really compress the bike down hard to where the bike actually almost comes to a momentary split-second stop. At that point, that's when you're going to really hop up hard, drop the clutch, give it that second burst of throttle to get the spring. And as it's coming up, you want to make sure you're really throwing your weight forward to let that rear end come up and, meet the obstacle up here. But that would be my biggest advice right now is slow down on your speed. Go probably slower than what you think you need to. That's what I found that really helped me. And don't start on an obstacle too big. Really, any log about this height, even just slightly smaller, will work absolutely fine as long as you can place your front tire on it. And even coming down onto a log in the beginning, if you can go really slow and just let your front tire kind of hammer right down, even if it's almost on top of the log, as long as you're almost to a stop when that happens and you can hop and throw your body weight forward, and you really want to kind of throw your body weight forward, you can do this on a small obstacle. So I think that's about it. Here's some video and you can kind of examine it. We'll run it in slow-mo and you can see for yourself how it works. Okay, so I'm going to start out by dropping my body weight just a little bit to compress the suspension just slightly. We're not doing a big wheelie, so we don't need a lot. Alright, next I'm going to let out the clutch, give it my first flip of throttle, get a small wheelie started. I'm going to start dropping my body weight and get ready to jump through the bars. When the front tire hits, I'm going to jump through the bars and drop the clutch, throwing my weight forward. Once I'm midair, I'm going to shove the bike out in front of me, get my weight back, that way I can hold pressure a little bit, and also that way it helps shove the rear tire up into the log and I don't fall a little bit short. Okay, that's about all there is to it. Remember, it takes a lot of timing. Good luck. Keep practicing.